another episode of the Talk Your Blitz podcast. We're running on fumes this week. There's not really been anything dropped. We've had one big announcement. That was today.
Yeah.
So we kind of got lucky, but we've got plenty of stuff to talk about. We'll kind of give our insight on some teams that we think are going to have a bad year, some coaches and players that we think are, kind of on the hot seat this year. And like I said, really, we're just kind of rolling on fumes here. We're trying to give y'all some content that's good for our 3 listeners. 2 of us here in front of the camera. So I say we just get into it and have fun. So let's talk about the news of the day, and that was Jeffrey Simmons getting his contract. Which, if there was anybody that deserved that contract, it'd be. In all honesty,
I think, and this might be, you might think, oh well, yeah, of course you're a Titan fan, but honestly, I think right now in the league, I honestly think he's the best defensive tackle in the league.
Oh yeah, it's crazy what he's done already for the Titans, and they never really. He's getting double teamed and everything.
Well, and
this year we're about to see,
and he never gets any credit hardly either. Now they have given him a little bit the last couple of years, but for the last 2 to 3 years, he's been dominant year in and year out. I mean, up there in top 3 in pretty much every category for a defensive tackle.
Yeah,
but it's the Tennessee Titans. They never get no recognition. I don't care who it is or what. They never get recognition. God. But yes, I ain't gonna lie. Like I said, I told you. I seen the video yesterday where they was asking about it, and I loved what he said. I didn't know how it was going to go, but like I said, I watched the video, and he said, I'm not worried about it. He said, when the time comes, we'll figure it out. He said, we know how messy things like that can get. I'm not looking for it to get like that. He said, the organization's been nothing but good to me. I'm sure when the time comes, my agent and them will settle on something. And I don't know. I mean, he may have had some insight on, because then next day he gets a NFL record deal, for defensive tackle. But, and as you know, I don't like the guaranteed money. $105.8 million, 100 is guaranteed. I don't like guaranteed money just because, like we said last time, I'm going to get back into all that. But I will say, I don't think there could have been a better time for him to do it. Just for the simple fact of he still had 2 years on his contract where they extended it. So he's got 5 years now. They got the next 5 years. Tennessee is a pretty young team right now. I mean, 90% of their offensive players is rookies or was rookies last year, other than a couple of the linemen.
On rookie contracts.
So, I mean, yeah, that's what I'm saying. So they're going to be pretty much on rookie contracts up until right at the end of that. So, I mean, it's really not like, oh, well, you're giving him $35 a year. You ain't going to pay nobody else next year. Really, there's not a whole lot of players. Now, Soresby, he is going to, I mean, I don't know why, honestly, they didn't sign him this year unless they knew they were going to do something like this with Simmons. But he is going to get a contract. And like I told you earlier, I'll be honest, I really look for him to get a record deal or up there close to the record because he's been a solid.
Yeah. Well, here's what I don't like. And it's not that I don't like it, I just think it's odd. So, like we said, it's $105.8 million. 100 of it guaranteed.
Yeah.
What the? Where's the 5.8? What? Well, because you got to come to practice.
Yeah,
I mean,
I thought that was kind
just go ahead and guarantee the whole
contract. Yeah. Well, I mean, and like I told you, honestly, for the Titans, if I was going to guarantee anybody any money, it would be him because he plays great every season. And he really don't miss a lot either, though. No. And he's not getting in any trouble. He's not causing ruckus. So I mean, he comes to practice. He comes to games. He gets his job done. I mean, he's what you want in a football player on.
Like I said before we started, though, in my opinion, if you're going to give anybody a guaranteed contract, it should be a defensive or an offensive lineman. They're never in trouble. They're always showing up. Hardly ever are they hurt.
That's what I say. That's another thing too.
Like when you get one that is hurt, they're usually not in the league long enough to get a guarantee.
Well, and that's what I was going to say. They're not really in the position. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're in the trenches, but they're out here getting hit every other play. Like a receiver, running back.
I mean, they're hitting each other But like a receiver's catching the ball and then getting
he
killed,
never
not even
knows.
expecting.
That's what I'm saying. So, they don't tend to stay hurt like some of the other players. So I mean, like I said, I'm a Titans fan, so I love him because I ain't gonna lie. Whenever I seen that his contract was about to be up, I was like, I just bought his jersey last year, and then they're going to go somewhere else. But I'm happy, and of course also, I think I said he was 28, so
yeah,
he'll be 33 when that contract's up.
It'll be
honestly. That'll be. I'm not going to say that'll be the end of his career, but once you start reaching that 32, 33 year mark, I mean, year old mark, like I said, I could see him maybe offering him if he's still playing at a high level, a year, 2 year deal at the end of this deal. But I don't see, I don't think guaranteeing him. I think it was like 35.3. I told you is what it averaged out to be a year. So I mean, and that's a lot of money. But
I'll take it.
Oh yeah, but I mean, I don't think
that 5.8 they didn't guarantee
over the next 4 years before these rookies start coming up for their contract. I don't think guaranteeing somebody 35 a year. I don't think that's gonna put the team like, well, we can't go get nobody else because they're not having to pay.
A lot of cap
because Ridley, I'm pretty sure I seen something which I expect him to be gone, if not by the trade deadline by the end of the year, because I mean I'm pretty sure this is his last year anyways.
Yeah.
So that's going to free up. I think I seen something where that was like 25 million. It was going to free up. So I mean they're like I said, they're really not having to pay anybody. So
no,
paying him I don't think hurts anything. I think it's a good thing to keep him. To keep a good defensive player.
Oh yeah.
Especially what I want to say is the backbone of the defense. In all honesty,
like I said, we kind of mentioned it, but he's had great seasons in Tennessee, and it's all they never other. I mean, they had Sweat, but Sweat wasn't a pass rusher.
No,
he was a run stopper.
He was a run stopper, and in all honesty,
and the Titans have never really had great edge rushers since they've been there. Now you've got another really good defensive tackle, and then you got two really good edge rushers. You're no longer going to be able to teams are no longer be able to just double team him and expect to get away with it.
Oh no,
I really think this could be a breakout season for
somebody.
Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, honestly, having a line like that is really going to help everyone.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm not going to say it's going to be him. They may still put their focus on him, but like I told you before, especially on like the D line, I don't have to look at the end of the year and you had the most sacks. Maybe be like, hey, you really contributed this year, because if you're drawing the double team constantly, or if you're just getting back there putting pressure, that's impacting the game. So you ain't got to have 30 sacks a season for me to think, oh, you're a good defensive player, and especially on the line, because like I said, if you're drawing a double team, somebody that's freeing up somebody else, or like I said, if you're just getting back there, even if you don't get a sack, if you're just getting back there 3 or 4 times a game putting pressure. That's impacting the game.
Oh yeah. Well, and like I said, when you don't really have any help, teams are double teaming you, and then, honestly, we went and watched the Saints and the Titans play. If the Saints was keeping Jeffrey Simmons from getting back there, they had all day to throw and make good play. Now teams are not going to be able to just worry about him.
They've got a good. They should have a good line.
And I'll be honest with you. Last year they was in talks about trading Sweat, and I was like, why would you do that? I mean, don't get me wrong. Simmons is obviously, I think, better than Sweat.
Oh yeah,
but Sweat was young. Simmons is getting older, and you could get a lot more for Jeffrey Simmons than Sweat.
Well,
but I think they done really good.
Well, I'll be honest.
Because like I said, I was kind of saying like, well, you can get a lot more for Simmons, but now with the line that they built, I think.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't know if we actually talked about it on the podcast or not, but I know I told you. I remember I told you, like, I can't remember talking about it on the podcast, but I remember saying, I would almost rather them got rid of Simmons because he's getting older and kept Sweat. But then when I really thought about it, and then like I ended up telling you, Sweat, he was good, but I don't really know how much of it was actually skill and how much of it was just actually he's big.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was a big boy.
and that's the reason why he was so good in the run because I mean, you put him right over the center. I mean, you had the double team to get him anywhere.
Yeah,
But like you said though, after seeing what they done, bringing in Franklin Myers, going and getting Jermaine Johnson, Forsweat, I think I'm glad they end up keeping Simmons because he's been.
it's
like
going to
said,
open up.
It's going to open up. You know, even if it ain't Simmons, I mean, he's still been doing good with them double teaming. So
Yeah.
even if they continue to double team, now they also got other good players on that line. I really think, like I said, I really think it could be a good
defensive mind like Robert Sala because he's one of the best defensive minds in the league, easily. Having him now is going to make.
Well, and honestly, even upgrading the secondary like they did.
Yeah.
I mean, because that was a well, I know that was
Yeah, because
now part. That was the
getting
biggest
better
part.
secondary gives your line more time to get back.
Well, and not even that, but I mean, it just even if the line don't get back there one play, it ain't like well that's going for a touchdown. That's a 30-yard completion because we didn't get back there and knock him down before he threw it. I mean, we've got some players that I feel like can contest the ball and help the line, not feel like make the D line not feel like all the pressure is on them.
Yeah.
Like, hey, if y'all don't get back there one play, we got y'all's back. Not, just if if one of us don't get back there, it's going for a touchdown or 40 yards. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited for everything.
All right. Well, listen. I don't want to do this again. But this spider. Listen, I told you to kill it earlier before we started, and I've been watching this thing behind your head get closer and closer.
I've been seeing you watch it. I figured that's what it was.
I was like, oh. I just watched it get closer and closer. I was like, nah, I can't do this.
We're about to get some braces, them insect braces at Walmart. You could start putting them on.
Spray this whole garage. Golly. Whew. Anyway. So let's get into another big thing that happened right after we freaking dropped the podcast, of course, and that's Brendan Soresby. We had talked about should he play, should he not. I didn't think he should, especially after learning, because at the time everybody thought, well, he's betting on his team to win, but then it comes out. Well, he's also betting on the starting quarterback to throw on the under, which seems like he just like that ain't he saying the quarterback in front of him makes it good, but he also knows if his team's going to run more, he knows the game plan. So yes, absolutely. All these teams have made a big fuss about it, saying they don't want to play Texas Tech. And NCAA's made a big fuss about not wanting to play, and which he shouldn't. The rules are if you bet on your team or the sport you play, you are automatically ineligible to ever play college sports again. That's what he did. Now he said, I'm going to go to the draft.
Well, I think, honestly, like you said, that I feel like the rest of, I guess I'll just call it the league, the rest of them, throwing such a big fit, I think that played a big part in it. Because honestly, I don't think Texas Tech cared. If he was going to be able to play, they were going to play.
Oh, yeah.
So I think it was more.
Yeah, because, honestly, they have kind of a cupcake schedule this year.
Yeah.
Brandon Soresby was looking to be a top quarterback in college this year.
But I think
they was paying him a pretty big.
I think that was the biggest thing. Like, I think all that uproar I think it's one of them things where I'm sure they probably had talks, and I'm sure they probably told him, hey, look, it might be better if you just go to the draft because we don't know what's going to happen.
No, I'm telling you right now, this is not a Texas Tech decision.
No, I'm not saying
Tech would want him to stay.
Oh yeah, I'm saying they were. But
I think his agent and his parents probably was like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But I would, if I had to put money on it, I would probably say that him and Texas Tech talked some on it. Now, I'm not saying like that. I don't know if he would have been able to play. If none of the rest of the league would ever said anything about it, yeah, I'm sure they would have been like, hey, just go ahead and go. They were finna play him. But I believe after seeing such a big uproar, and then they were even trying to go to do something to where he couldn't play again, I'm sure, like you said, his agent, him, probably his family, and I'm sure there was even some talk. I'm sure he just didn't come out of the blue, Texas Tech, hey, I'm going doing the supplemental draft. I'm sure they had some talk too, and I'm sure everybody probably come to the same agreement as that might be the best decision.
Oh, so let's talk about that. For those who don't know what the supplemental draft was, because to be honest with you, I've never really heard of it until this situation.
There's been
It's happened a few
I want
times.
to think, if I'm not mistaken, I want to think Terrell Pryor done it.
Yes, I
want to think Josh Gordon.
either 2021 or 2023 was the last one.
I think Josh Gordon done it 2 or 3 times. He even had to do it in the XFL.
So the supplemental draft teams pretty much a bid war.
Yeah,
Who give up the best pick? So if Byron wants so and so, he's got to give. He say, "Oh, I'll give up a 4th round pick for him." I go, "Well, I'll give up a 3rd." Whatever. Let's talk about some teams that could.
the only thing I want to say though for because I've never really looked into the supplemental. I mean, I know what it is. I knew what it is, but I just wonder though, is it sort of like a draft they do now? Like, hey, you're on the board. What do you want? Or say, if you say, hey, I'll give a 4th, and I say, well, I'll give a 3rd. Can you come back and say, well, I'll give a 2nd then? Or once you throw
From
a pick,
I understand,
you can go back and forth. See, I wasn't 100% sure on how that was.
I think I could be wrong,
but I know whatever pick you give up the next year, that pick's going for you. So
yeah. Here, before we talk about the team, here I kind of don't like it in this situation. From what I can understand, if you're entering the supplemental draft, you've done something to not be eligible to play college. Maybe not every time, but in sort of a situation, that's the situation. So what you're really telling me is, we'll just reward them by letting them go to the NFL. I think if you should have to wait until the draft. I mean, I don't know. You may see it different. A lot of people see it. That's just how. I don't know. I just don't. All I see it as a smack on the hand. Just you done something you weren't supposed to, but there's really no consequences. You can still go to the NFL.
Yeah, honestly,
and not have to wait a year.
Honestly, and I'll say it like this: like I kind of agree with you, but I honestly think it rewards the team more than him, because here's the thing: you're pretty much getting a free season with him. Because if you're going to draft him in next year's draft, you're going to get a pick for next year. Well, you get to keep him until that draft, so then you already got a full season to see, what he can do. Hey, he don't look good. We're going to go ahead and draft another quarterback. Or if he does look good, you're already a year ahead with him.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
don't like it.
Honestly, though, in this coming draft, I don't know how I feel about doing it because I don't know how I feel. There's a few teams that I think would be smart to look into him, but it kind of sucks at the same time because if everything pans out like it's supposed to, it's supposed to be a pretty heavy QB draft. So I would hate to give up a pick for him and him not be good.
Yeah.
But then, like I said, if he is as good as, everybody was saying and he does look good, then, you steal him in a supplemental draft for a 4th round to where, if he would actually got to play this season and went to the draft, regular, hit him in a 2nd round, then, you come out looking good. Yeah. But like I said, I just don't. It's kind of hard because you just have to go based on what you know right now. Yeah. And like I said, knowing that this is supposed to be a big, heavy draft, I don't know.
From everything I've seen, a lot of people think a 3rd round pick would get him.
And there's a couple of teams that I would say give up a 3rd round pick.
I tell you, a sneaky team. I think will go after him. And I don't think I've heard anybody else say this. I've heard them say, obviously, the Cardinals, the Jets, the Browns. I've even heard some say the Cowboys. I'm telling you right now, a sneaky team to watch out for is the Eagles. I'm telling you right now. Don't just put it past the Eagles to go after.
Oh no, I wouldn't. But a couple of those teams you said, I think if I was them, I would give them a third round to see. Because, I mean, like I said, he's actually looked pretty good, and they were expecting to be one of the top picks in the draft. So, I mean, a team like the Jets, the Cardinals.
I don't know if I was the Browns, if I would be.
No, I wouldn't. If I was the Browns, just the simple fact that
they have
you got Shedeur. You got to see what he can do this year. You can't take another chance.
Honestly, I mean, you really kind of don't. If you get Soresby, you don't. But at the same time, you have 2 first-round picks.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm saying, I don't think it's smart for the Browns because
they have so many.
Well, here's the thing. Well, here's what I'm getting at. If you go get him, then you're going to have to bounce back, or you should bounce back between him and Shedeur to see who's who if either one of them going to pan out. So I would, if I was the Browns, I would see what Shadeur's got this year. That way, going to next year's draft, whether you can count on Shedeur or whether you need to bundle them 2 first and give them to a team. If you ain't up there with one of the first, second picks, with one of your picks to get the best quarterback in this year's draft. So I don't think it's smart for the Browns. But now because we don't know what Shedeur could do. They could put him in and he actually do good this year.
Oh yeah.
The Jets and Cardinals. I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong. I honestly feel like the Cardinals quarterback.
They got Jacoby Brissett and Carson Beck.
No, Jacoby Brissett.
So nobody.
Yeah, I don't think Carson Beck will ever be any good. Honestly,
no. He's our age.
I could see Jacoby doing decent this year, but he's also getting old. You still need a quarterback. Even if he does go out and do good this year, you still need a quarterback.
Yeah.
So for them giving up a third round, I don't think would be the end of the world because if he is good, then hey, you're doing good. And it's kind of in the same situation with the Jets. They got Geno Smith. Even
they got somebody else in the draft. Who was it? Was it Klubnik? Kate Klubnik?
Yes. Yes. I could see him being okay. But I still don't know if he's a franchise quarterback.
If you're Soresby, you don't want to go to the Jets.
Well, I mean, you probably don't. But I'm just saying that, for them, they're in the same situation. More than likely, Geno Smith's going to start. I could see him having a decent year. But same thing. Even if he does, you still need a quarterback because he's getting old.
Yeah.
So, if you could go give a third round and get Soresby, even if he don't pan out when you're the Jets, you still got the ammo to go get another quarterback if you have to.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like I said, my 2 teams would be Jets, Cardinals, and another team that might not be bad, but I don't like it is the Steelers. And I don't like it because you've got Will Howard and you got Drew Aller. We've not even really seen none of Will Howard. He may be okay. So, I mean, the teams like that have these young quarterbacks that they've not really given a chance to, I think it's crazy just to keep on stockpiling these young quarterbacks and then keep getting one year after year. I mean, let one of them go see what he can do.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I've heard, some people say the Cowboys, but I kind of like it.
The Cowboys wouldn't be bad if you could get him for. Well, I wouldn't want to give a second or nothing for him, but if you could get him for maybe a 4th, if I was the Cowboys, maybe because
maybe they got their defense kind of worked out now.
Yeah, and
they got good offensive weapons. Yeah. Dak's getting kind of older,
and he hurt here and there. So I mean, a backup like a team that's needing a backup, I could see taking a chance of giving maybe
a third.
I don't know if I'd really want to give a third, but like the Cowboys, I'd probably push for a 4th or later. I don't know if you'll get him for that, but if you could, these teams that have their starting quarterback that just want somebody as a backup, I wouldn't be mad giving up a 4th. Now, anything other than that, I don't know if I would.
Yeah.
Well, unless you just really see something in it.
Yeah. And well, like I said with the Eagles.
And I'll be honest, I've not really seen a lot of or watched like I don't really know. I just know what I've heard, and everything I've heard has been pretty good. But now we've heard that a lot, and then them come into the league and be horrible.
Now, like I said, the Eagles, which we'll kind of get into a later segment, but like I could see there's already been talks about Hurts and the Eagles, their whole situation. I could really see them going after Sword. I really could.
Well, and I think especially
I tell you another team that's kind of, and it all because of health. Cincinnati. I think Joe Burrow is a top 3 quarterback in this league, but he's hurt a lot. A lot of that's on the Bengals because they won't put a good offensive line around him. But I mean, what happens to their season? They've done really good this year, getting some defensive players. What happens if Burrow goes out here in the second game and gets hurt?
No, yeah, they're pretty much cooked. Yes, I mean, yeah, but now, I mean, I'll be honest with you. If they don't get no line, it's not gonna matter how many good quarterbacks they got.
No,
they're gonna be cooked in, game in and game out.
I tell you another team that could be, kind of sneaking in there. That's the Colts. They just signed old Danny Dimes to a 2-year, $100 million deal, which was stupid in of itself. Yeah. But he's got an injury history. He was hurt last year. He's honestly not been great.
I don't know if I mean, it makes sense, but I don't know if I see them or not. And then another thing you also got to put in the perspective here is the league going to do any kind of punishment to him?
See, I don't think they will.
I know they have on prior people, like that's come in. I'm not gonna say they've done exactly what the NCAA was wanting to do to him, but if I'm not mistaken, I don't know. I just remember hearing that. I'm pretty sure it was Terrell Pryor that come in. And I want to think they give him some kind of suspension or something for a couple games, half a season, or something. I don't know exactly what it was. I just remember hearing something about it. If it was, so I mean, but still, though, I mean, even if he does get 2 6-game suspension, I think teams like the Jets and Cardinals could still benefit because you're still going to get over half a season to see if he's any count.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. Here's my thing about, kind of going back on supplemental draft. If you're giving up a pick for next year, why do you get the chance to play him this year? That's another thing I don't.
Well, I guess in all honesty,
you know what I mean?
I guess that's really. I mean, it sounds like you're crazy, but I mean, really, I guess that's the whole point of supplemental draft. If they ain't letting him play, then why not just say, hey, you're ineligible this year, you go to the draft next year?
I know, but that's my whole thing about it, though. Like, if you're giving up a pick for next year, then
I guess it's more of a thing to the NCAA is suspending you or kicking you out. You can't play for them anymore. But like you got like the XFL, hey, you can go over there and start right now. So I guess it's sort of the kind of the you can join this, team give up a pick for next year. You can go ahead and play this year for them if they want to.
I don't know.
I'm not saying I agree with it, but I'm just saying I guess that that's kind of like I said, if you're going to tell me, hey, you can draft him right now, but you can't play him next year. Well, I'll just wait till next year and draft him again.
Yeah, well, that's my thing. Like I said, I don't know. I feel like it's just a smack on the wrist for players that get in trouble and get banned from NCAA. That's the way
I mean, to a point, I mean, pretty much it is what it is. In all honesty, I mean, but I guess at the same time, though, if what like you say, if you get caught betting or doing whatever, and you're done for good, like not just this season, you're done for good, then what's the point of making them wait? Hey, go on, do whatever you're going to do with your life now. I guess. I mean, that's just the way I see it. I'm not saying I agree with it, but that's just. I mean, that's just how I look at it
right now. If I'm Arch Manning or Dante Moore, I'm praying to whoever I believe in that Soresby works out and goes to the Jets or the Cardinals, so I don't have to go there.
I don't know if the Cardinals would be horrible.
Well, honestly, they got a good coach.
And in all honesty,
a lot of it's ownership.
As crazy as it sounds, outside of quarterback, I think this is the best Jets team we've seen in probably my life.
But their coach.
That's what I'm thinking. Other than
They're in the
quarterback
coaching situation.
and a
Cardinals
coach.
are kind of an owner situation.
So I mean, if I'm looking at going to the Jets, I don't really know how I feel about it. Like I know it's the Jets, but they've not had a quarterback. If we could, if they could get a quarterback, all that could change.
I mean, they had Sam Darnold. Look what he's done now. I mean, they don't.
Yeah.
I don't know. The
but
Jets
now,
just seem like a complete
at the same time,
to me at all time.
Go back and look at what they had with Sam Darnold. They didn't have all the stuff. I mean, they had some of it, but like I said, outside of quarterback, like the Jets are not a bad team.
Oh no!
So I mean, if you get a good quarterback to pair with the rest of a good team,
their coach, and we'll get into that later. But
yeah, I mean, I don't know how that's.
I'm telling you right now, if I'm Arch Manning or Dante Moore, I'm praying that he goes to the Jets.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, though, in all honesty, I mean, who are you going to go to?
I would rather go to anybody.
I mean, if you're wanting to go start, I mean, and don't get me wrong, there's a couple teams. The Vikings, they could use a starting quarterback probably right now. But I mean, there's not a whole lot of teams that ain't really got their starting quarterback, or well, what they think is their starting quarterback, and they're going to have to give them a couple. I mean, that's like Tennessee. Honestly, even if Cam Ward comes out this year and don't look great, I feel like you still have to give him another year. I don't think you can just go up on him just after this year because one, he didn't look horrible after him. He didn't look great. I'll be the first one. But they fired his coach halfway through the season. He's got a completely new system this year. So I mean, you can't just expect 1 year, coming in with everything new to go out there and be great.
No, but I will say this. I do think, like for the Cam Ward situation, I think this year will tell a lot. I really do, because if he's going to be good, he's going to have to show some spurts.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. I mean, I seen, of course, I watched every game last year. I seen some stuff last year, in games that looked like if he just had weapons around him and a good coach to call good plays, well, he's not making, he's not doing the biggest thing I seen with him last year that I hope he grows out of this year is I like it, but you gotta draw a line on it. Is the main thing I seen last year with him is he held on to the ball too long. And which he said that from day one, I want to throw the ball. I don't want to run the ball. I will if I have to. And that's where I said, you got to draw a line. Like, I love a quarterback that'll stand in the pocket and try to deliver the ball. But you also got to know when that timing is to where I've either got to throw it, whether it be to a receiver or, out of bounds, or I've got to take off and run. You can't just sit there and get sacked.
Well, and in today's league, you got to have some mobility.
So that's the reason why, like I said, to me, that was – because, I mean, honestly, and I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a couple balls, accuracy, but there was also a couple balls that were actually looked really good. And then, like I sent you that video, which I know it's practice. Everybody's probably not going, 110%. But, from what I've seen in practice, in the OTAs so far this year, he's been throwing some dimes and getting, Carnell Tate, Wandale Robinson, getting another good couple of receivers, I think is only going to help him.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like I said, I feel like, though, I don't think this is a make or break year for him. Now, I mean, if he goes out there and looks like Levis did in the second year, then you might, okay, what's going on? But I really think, though, like I said, other than the Jets and Cardinals, I don't really know what team you go to next year and start day one, other than, well, like I said, maybe the Vikings.
The Browns, probably.
Yeah.
The Steelers.
Yeah, no, the Steelers I could see. But the Browns.
The problem is the Steelers are going to be drafting like big.
Well, that's what I say.
15 to 20.
That's what I say. You're not going to get Arch Manning or more in probably
the
Steelers. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're not going to get them probably with the Steelers record or probably even the Vikings record next year. So that's my thing, And even in the Browns, yeah, you may go start from next year, but I still don't know if it's going to be because they need a quarterback. I honestly don't think they're going to play Shooter much this year. I really think Deshaun Watson is going to be a starting quarterback.
Well, I don't know because that's a segment. We can jump into it now. We can hit it later. about Shadur. I won't hit it now.
I mean, I think he should. I think
Well-
he should start game one.
I believe it was the GM has come out and said, listen, Shadur looks good. He is really showing out.
Yeah, but hold on a second before you say anything else. Don't forget that same GM last week said, I'm not ruling out giving Deshaun Watson another contract.
I get that. I don't. I've heard, seen a lot and heard a lot that really this is still up in arms because both are looking really good.
Well, I've seen a lot saying that Shadur looks good, but everything I've seen that's talking starting quarterbacks are leaning towards Deshaun Watson.
Yeah.
And to me, that's crazy.
First of all, as an organization, I think you should be focusing on Shadur. But I'm doing it right now. And I don't really want to get too deep into this. But as a player, I wouldn't play with Deshaun Watson.
Oh, no. Well, and it's like I said last year. Even if he goes out and has a great year this year, it's his last year. Do you really want to sign him to something else? I don't.
No.
And, I mean, he's also in the same situation as Geno Smith and him. He's getting up there in years. Yeah. I mean, he's not got a lot left. So, I mean, you got to, there comes a point in time where you have to look for the future. I mean, you can't just say, oh, he's playing great. He's 94. He's playing great. We're bringing him back. Yeah. I mean, there's got to be, there's got to be a time where you got to let the young gun take the reins.
Yeah.
And, I mean, like I said, it may not work for sure. They may start him this year and he may look horrible. But get it out of the way. You don't know what he's got setting him on the bench.
Well, and the crazy thing about Shadur is, I don't know if a lot of people know this. I didn't know it until I seen it. But from the moment he started last year till the end of the season, he had more touchdown passes than Josh Allen.
Yeah, he didn't look bad last year. That's what
had no receiver. Jerry Jeudy was dropping wide open passes.
That's what I'm saying. He didn't look bad last year. And, well, aside from getting rid of Myles Garrett, you've upgraded the team. You got him 2 receivers in this year. They got 2, didn't they?
Yeah, they
got 2 receivers.
Conception and what was the other one in the second round? Was it Washington?
Can't remember.
I don't remember.
But yeah, I mean, you got him two probably potentially both start. So I mean,
let me tell you something. For the Browns, they got to start.
Well, I mean, they've got some receivers, but I'm just saying. I mean, you've got him help now, and he looked decent last year. So give him a chance. I mean, why? It shouldn't even be on the card to start Deshaun Watson. You had him for what, 5 years?
Yeah, and he's played 3 games.
Yeah, and he's not done anything. So why?
And he didn't play 2 years prior to that.
So why want to even give him a shot now? See, I mean, you drafted Shadur for a reason. You drafted Dylan Gabriel for a reason. I mean, let one of them see what they got. If they ain't got nothing, mark them off.
Dylan Gabriel.
Well, I'm just saying. I mean, if he sucks, let us see it. That way, we're not sitting here while they're not playing. While they're playing, somebody's on their last year of their contract that ain't played 3 games in 7 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's my thing. Like, get it out of the way. If you're going to have to draft another quarterback, go ahead and do it. But get it out of the way. It makes no sense to just keep drafting quarterback and keep setting them on the bench, going with your veteran player. I mean, it don't make no sense to me. It's kind of pointless.
So let's get into the fun part of this, because I've got some questions for you. I don't know if you've got questions for me, but I've got some questions. I just want to see if you know the answers. This would be kind of fun for the audience, if they didn't know it. So we'll give you something. They should be fair. One of them's hard. 2 of them are fairly. So, the first question, and I want you to give us some thought before you just answer. I want to think about it. What 2 quarterbacks had the most rushing touchdowns in a season?
So 2 quarterbacks.
2. They had the name.
The most rushing touchdowns in a single season.
Yeah, single season.
There's 4 that come to mind. One is an older player. The other 3 are still playing. Michael Vick, I mean, he's the king, one of the kings of rushing. So he comes in mind. One of them I know. I mean, he's got to. I don't know for sure, but I know for sure it's got to be Jalen Hurts. Has got to be one of them.
He is. He's one of them.
Lamar Jackson, he runs a lot, but I don't feel like he runs and gets touchdowns a lot. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like he just gets down the field a lot, but then they end up doing something else to get the touchdown. And now the other one I told you, this one, it kind of throws you off, but if you really think about it don't. And the only reason why I'm going to say his name is because I remember when Tennessee played him a couple of years ago. I might be wrong on the year, but I'm wanting to think that might have been one of his good seasons with rushing the ball, and that's Josh Allen. And the only reason why I say that is because I remember the game. Tennessee ended up beating them because they were down on like the 1 yard line. The QB sneaked it like 4 plays in a row from the 1 yard line. Tennessee stuffed them, and I remember the announcers was talking about why would you give it? Because they were talking about why would you give it to the running back? He's had. I can't remember the actual touchdown, but he's had so many. He's doing good. So I want to think, are they both active?
Yeah, they're both.
And then I'm going to go with Jalen Hurts and Josh Allen.
That'd be it.
Like I said, the Josh Allen, it took me a minute, but then I remembered, and I don't know if that was even the year, but I just remember them talking about how good he'd been doing and how many touchdowns he'd been getting rushing the ball.
Yeah, the Jalen Hurts one was kind of easy.
Yeah, like I said, the Jalen Hurts, that was
that
first.
Tush push and all that.
Yeah, that was the first thing I said.
Him getting rushing touchdowns has won me a lot of games. Man,
oh, yeah. I'll be honest with you. I would say Saquon would probably be pretty close to the single season rushing touchdown leader if it wasn't for him and Tush push.
Oh, yeah. Well, let's get into that. So, what running back has the most receiving touchdowns in a season? And I'll give you the number because this one's hard. 48 touchdowns. That is crazy. But he's a running back
had the most receiving.
Most receiving touchdowns in the season. This one I had absolutely no clue. To be completely honest, I didn't even know this player.
Well, see, that throws my players out of the bat. But I'm going to say them anyways. The one that come to mind, which they're all recent to me, would be Austin Eckler. Because he went on a stunt there for 2 or 3 years, like he was the best receiving running back in the league.
Yeah.
And then you gotta put CMC in there.
That was my first thought. That's who I thought.
But now you said you didn't know him, so
that not know that.
But I do. I don't know. I'm trying to think. So it's got to be an old player.
Really?
That's because I'll be honest with you, my really old is like
like Tom Brady.
Well, no, like I've watched football for a while, but what I consider really old is going to be like LaDainian Tomlinson.
Yeah. No, this dude. I'll give you.
If it's before like Emmitt Smith, Barry Sanders, I'm cool.
Listen, this dude was on the Baltimore Colts.
Yeah, I'm good.
So,
but there ain't no shot.
Right now, he's 92 years old. This dude's old.
Yeah.
Lenny Moore. Never heard of him. He's a Hall of Famer. Had 48 receiving touchdowns. When really the league was rushing the league. I mean, that's the time that running the ball. That's what you did. You didn't really throw it like crazy.
That was back when they didn't have face masks.
Yeah, they had the one ball.
No, they had the pigskin helmet. Yeah, like I said, which I know everything's not going to be modern era.
No, but I was really not expecting that because, like I said, that was at a time when the league was more run dominant. than it is now. That's why I was really expecting like an Austin Eckler or a CMC.
Well, that was my first instinct. Because I remember there like 2 or 3 years, Austin Eckler was like, he was the face of
If he was
fantasy.
in, you knew that ball.
Well, I'm saying he was the face of fantasy just because of that reason. He was so good at receiving the ball. Yes. But yeah, like I said, I'm not going to sit here and say I'm no football god. I know a little, but I don't know everything. So, but I had no.
My third question. This one's a layup. I mean, this one's the easiest question I could possibly give you. What wide receiver has the most rushing touchdowns in a season? With 8, which is not a lot. I was expecting it to be more, but also when you think about it for a receiver,
that's a lot. Honestly,
because like I said, when you think about this, you're like, this is the easiest answer. That
I'm trying to think of other people that come to mind. There's really only one that actually comes to mind. I'm trying to think. I mean, because don't get me wrong, Tyreek Hill was fast. I know they've done some jet sweeps here and there, but he didn't. I don't think he had a lot. If I would say Deebo Samuel. I would say because I remember there
on the 49ers.
Yeah, I would say he was.
Well, he was mad because they was running so much.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. I remember like he was really the first one that came to mind. But I was trying to just think of like really the only other one. Like I said, I don't even know if they done it a lot with him.
They got to a point. He was like, listen.
Oh yeah, no Deebo. Yeah, they were running him. Which, like I said, I remember. I'm almost thinking it might have been right around the same time Purdy took over. Maybe a year or two before that, whenever they were really. I remembered that.
Yeah,
that was pretty much.
It to be more than 8 though, because I knew it was going to be Deebo. I knew it was Deebo.
But that was pretty much his prime, honestly. Like him, they had him and IU together. I mean, they were. That was a big part of their game was the end around sweep with him.
Yeah, like I said, that one I was expecting to be 1-8. Honestly, that one kind of got me. I knew it was going to be Deebo, but I was like, all right. I was expecting double digits.
Now I got one for you. Since the season has went to 16 games, there's 2 teams that went 0-16. I'll give you the years, but it's going to probably throw one of them right out to you. 2008, 2017.
The 17 was easy. That's the Browns.
Yeah,
that was easy. That's when they had Baker. Now the 2008 that throws me off because part of me wants to say
they had. I want to think they started here 3 or 4 different quarterbacks, and one of them is in sports talk now.
One of them what?
One of them is like he talks about sports.
Oh.
So you know him.
I think
really good.
I think that kind of gives me my answer because when you really think about it, there's not a lot of teams that you think have went 0 and any. You know what I mean? The first one that comes to mind is the Browns or the Jets. You got to think about some other teams that were absolutely horrible. But back in 08, I don't really know. Because 08 was when I first started watching. That was a long time ago. Yeah. I mean, in 08, I was 10 years old. But when you said talk, he talks. The only person I can think about that was on a horrible team, the first thing that comes to mind was the butt fumble with the Jets. And that's the only one. And I can't think of any other team that would have lost that many.
His initials is D-O.
What position?
Quarterback.
Quarterback? Yeah. I don't know. That's throwing me off more than the question was.
Dan Orlovsky, the Lions.
I forgot the Lions were absolutely.
They drafted Matthew Stafford in 2009 for the raw pick.
I forgot about that. Orlovsky running in the back of the freaking end zone.
It was him.
I forgot about the Lions because the Lions have been so good.
If I'm not mistaken, it was. I think Orlovsky might have been the starter, and I'm pretty sure that was the year Culpepper played a few games for them. I don't remember. There was either another quarterback they started or two more. I don't remember. I don't remember who they were.
Like that's when I was first.
Which I'll be honest with you, I didn't know that just like based off history. I just seen something back there, and which I did remember after it said it. I did remember them going 0-16, but I didn't know the quarterback that was starting everything. But I just
no that like I said that threw me off because I sometimes forget how bad the Lions were.
Oh yeah,
until here recently, like
yeah,
they were.
yeah. I treated them wild. Megatron went out so early. I mean,
well, he went out so early because so many teams were just beating him to death.
well, that's what I'm saying. They were so horrible that I mean, he if he was on the field, he was getting the ball, and it didn't matter whether he was double teamed, triple teamed, or half the team was on him. They were throwing the ball in his direction. Whether he called it or not, a different story. But he was getting it.
That kind of I don't know. I guess because the Jets have been bad for so long that's all I can really. That's the only thing. And like I said, the butt fumble.
Oh yeah.
That's really the first thing that pops in your head when you think about the Jets or a team really being terrible. Is you think of that butt. That was
Yeah.
the funniest and worst plays of the NFL history. We got two things left. We're actually doing good on time, so I think we're doing all right. Because I wanted to leave these for last, and I think we'll leave topic number 6 for last because I've got some hot takes on that. So let's talk about who we think are some coaches and players that are on the hot seat, or not really the hot seat, but the most pressured. Because we kind of talked about this before we started, and you've got to take on pressure that I was, like I said, I was like, well, he's not on the hot seat, but he's kind of under some pressure.
Yeah, there's a few that's. Well, I mean, I heard a few that's under pressure, but at the same time, even if they don't perform good, they're not going anywhere player wise. Now, coaches, and honestly, I think you might as well say coaches and quarterbacks because there's not really. I mean, you don't really hear of a receiver. Hey, you don't go out here and put up 1,500. We're going on this year. So I mean, might as well do quarterbacks and coaches. But I think coach wise, I think Aaron Glenn, I think he's got to perform, and which kind of sucks for him because he don't really have a quarterback. But I think I could see him moving on if he go there and have a.
Well, here's the thing,
though. 2 and
he also. You say he don't have a quarterback. He also was the one that decided to let Aaron Rodgers go, and look what he did on the Steelers last
Yeah,
year.
but I think he's under some pressure this year. Another coach that I think is under some pressure. They do good every year, but I still feel like there comes a point in time where you got to be like, good's not good enough, and I think that is the Packers.
Before,
Yeah, I think he's like I said. They have a pretty good season every year, but it's kind of the same thing every year. It's sort of almost turning into like the Steelers type deal. They have a good season, but it ain't. Yeah. So I feel like, and I don't know, but he's also one of them. I don't know even if they do go, 10-7, 9-8. I still don't know. Whatever.
Well, they're kind of in a weird situation. They don't have an owner.
Yeah.
So that's kind of.
But I still feel like, like I said, I mean,
I tell you,
I don't know if he's in jeopardy of losing his job, but I feel like the pressure's got to be getting to him now.
I've got a couple coaches that I think are on the hot seat. One, he's kind of under the shadow right now, and that's Dan Quinn for the Commanders. Because, we kind of talked about before we get started, but last year, you were like, well, he had,
they had a lot of
hurt. That was on him.
Oh, yeah, but, look at what they did the year before with a rookie, Jaden Daniels. So I feel like, I don't know. I mean, I could very well see him being on the hot seat, but I also feel like, in the last 2 years, you made a heck of a run with a rookie quarterback. And like I said, last year you were, a lot of injury. And it's hard for any team to do good if you got a lot of it, especially your quarterback.
Well, another team. I think everybody can kind of agree he should have been gone 2 years ago. And that's Zach Taylor.
Yeah, I was going to say him. Whether they get rid, I don't even know if they'll get rid of him, but he's got to be. After going and
how is he the only coach out of that division
that's not been fired? Well, and after going out and doing what they done this offseason, they had a pretty decent offseason.
Listen,
so you got to do something this year. You got to. There ain't no. I mean, you got to.
Yeah, and I think another one that. And I know he's won a Super Bowl, but I think he should have been let go a long time ago. And that's for the Eagles.
Nick Sirianni?
Yeah, Nick Sirianni. Listen, I don't think he's a good coach anymore.
No.
His offensive coordinators is what saved him from getting fired.
I don't know that I wouldn't say Jalen Hurts ain't going to be under more pressure than he is this year. Just for the simple fact of, I do think, I agree with everything you said. I don't think he's that good of a head coach. And we've talked about this before. Whenever you're over in the stands, fussing with fans, that ought to tell you all you need to know to begin with.
And when you're an offensive head coach, or an offensive coach in general, but I guess a head coach is where I'm going with this, but when you're an offensive head coach, and you have to depend on an offensive coordinator for your offense to be good, that tells you everything I need to know about you being a coach.
But the reason why I said I don't know if Jalen Hurts ain't, and I don't know if they would move on from Hurts, but I still feel like
I believe they would.
I mean, I could see them, but I don't know if they will. But what I'm going to say is, may not be from the team, but I believe the fans is going to put a lot of pressure on Hurts if they go out here and don't do good this year, especially after everything that's just went on here recently with the whole A.J. Brown thing. Everybody was blaming him at first. Then it got, well, maybe it ain't A.J. Brown, maybe it's Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
So I feel like
it's come out from other offensive coordinators that was coaching at the Eagles saying, listen, Hurts ain't that.
That's what I'm saying. So I feel like he, like I said, I don't know if he's in jeopardy of losing his job, but I feel like he's got to feel the pressure as well. Just because, like I said, I mean, after everything that's went on, you lost, I'm going to say, the best receiver on your team.
Yeah.
And I feel like he's got to have some sort of pressure on him.
I'll tell you another quarterback that I kind of think has pressure, and I'll tell you why. I think it's Lamar Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
And a lot of it is because
they're not going to get rid of him. Let's go ahead and get that.
No.
He could go out there and go 0-19 this year. They're going to play 17 games. They still ain't going to get rid of him.
Yeah. But the reason he's under pressure is because whether he wants to admit it or not, Harbaugh wanted him gone. He wanted Harbaugh gone. So what they do, they got rid of Harbaugh. If you go out here and you absolutely stink it up, then it's going to start raising the question, well, who was the problem there then?
Well, like I said, they only play 17 games.
Yeah.
He could go out here and somebody other lose 19 games. They still ain't getting rid of Lamar Jackson. But what, like I told you earlier, though, is also with you wanting $80 million a year, you got to go out here and do pretty good this year.
You got to win a Super Bowl to get $80 million.
Well, I mean, I'm not even going to say that, but I'm saying, you can't go out here and have a season like you've been having or be hurt for half a season and still expect to get your $80 million. I mean, so like I said, he's in no jeopardy whatsoever, I feel like, of losing his job. But I do feel like in order to get that contract, you're going to have to go out here and you're going to have to show. I'm going to say you deserve that contract, but they ain't no quarterback deserves $80 million a year.
No.
But if they're going to give it to you, you got to show them you're worth it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't.
He ain't worth it. And well, you gave one. I'll let you talk about that one because
what?
Josh Allen.
Oh, it's back to the same old deal. I feel like he's under pressure. They're not going to move on from him. And I mean, probably rightfully so. But I feel like it's kind of the same ordeal as back to the whole more of the fans than anybody else. They've been preaching year after year for the last 3-4 years. He ain't got no receivers, throw the ball to. He ain't got no receivers, throw the ball to. Now you got receivers. If y'all go out here and even if he looks good, if the team don't do good in general, who does the backlash come to? It's the quarterback. You're the leader of the team. I don't always agree with that, but that's just how it is.
No.
So I mean, if you go out here and you don't do good, I mean, it's something. Your coach is gone now. Can't blame it on him. Well, I mean, you could if his and stuff too, but your coach is gone. You got receivers. I mean, is it going to be just another? Oh well, now this is the problem. Like I said, I don't think he's in jeopardy of losing his job, and probably rightfully so. He's been a good quarterback, but you can't keep on every year. Oh, well, it's the receivers. Get him a receiver. Oh, well, it's the coach. Fire the coach. Oh, well, it's I don't know. It's this. It ain't this.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
well, I don't know. I will say this: even without receivers, Josh Allen has looked great.
Oh yeah,
I mean, like we've said in other episodes. I mean, the playoff game against the Chiefs. If it hadn't been for his defense, they'd have won. I mean, he played a perfect game.
Well, and I think honestly, I'm gonna go backtrack this a little bit. I don't know if I want to say Josh Allen's under pressure this year. I think the Bills' whole organization is under some pressure because, like you just said, he's looked good even without receivers. Everybody's been saying the reason why they can't take that next step is because they ain't got receivers. Well, now you got receivers.
Yeah.
And so you got to make that next step. So, like I said, I'll take that back. I don't really feel like he's going to be under pressure as much as just that whole organization as a whole because you've got what you've been preaching is the problem. Yeah. So now, you can't just keep on every year after year coming up with something new.
I tell you somebody who I don't think you want us to thought this person until it just now popped in my head. And that is Dan Campbell.
No,
I tell you somebody else.
I didn't say it earlier, but I was going.
I tell you somebody else who I think should be on the hot seat, but I don't think he is. That's Kyle Shanahan.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was going to say something about
is a great coach.
Campbell,
He's a great schemes coach, but his drafting is absolutely abysmal.
Well, and honestly, you go back to what I said 3 years ago, and like we were talking about here a week or two ago, we were just talking about it. Ever since they've not had a great team, they've not been that good. So, I mean.
And the thing is, Brock Purdy's still playing good. He still put up the.
I mean.
But I'm telling you, this draft told me all I need to know with Kyle Shanahan. His drafting told me. This was an absolutely horrible draft.
But yeah, back to the whole Campbell thing. Like you said, I honest to God did. I was going to mention him just because of he's kind of also in that situation to where he's had a. That's what I say. He's had a.
He had Ben Johnson, who was a great
and honestly, Aaron Glenn was a good defense coordinator. He run the defense really well. So, and when you go back and look at some of just Dan Campbell's decisions, it really and I took up for him on these because just like on some of those, instead of kicking the field goal, pretty much guaranteed 3 points, he'd want to go for it and not get it. Oh, well, he's stupid. But if they'd have picked it up,
he's a hero.
You can't carry him, So I feel like that's controversial
in some spots where he shouldn't have.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's when I get you want to just
you in the playoffs, unless it's just 5 seconds to go, you're down 4 points.
The Broncos got into that situation,
but yes, but I mean in the playoffs when you have pretty much guaranteed points, you need to take it. Unless, like I said, you're just down 4 points, 5 seconds left, then yeah, you can't kick the field goal. You got to go for it. But some of those situations where he chose to go for it, I mean, you had guaranteed points on the board and still had a lot of football left, and you left them on the board.
Yeah.
So that's why I said if you go back and look at just some of his decisions, if he would have if they would have picked up the first down, it'd have been great. They wouldn't have been nobody like him. But you didn't, and some of those decisions were not the best decision to be making at that point in that spot of the game.
Yeah. Now,
and they had that 2-year run, and since then, I mean, they've been a mediocre, a decent team, not been anything more.
Now I will say this: like I said, he's kind of offensive coordinator dependent. They did get a good offensive coordinator this year. I think they're going to be a lot better. He can work on the schemes, like we said though. His decision making when it comes to fourth down is really what gets him in trouble.
Oh yeah,
I mean that,
and but also that's become almost kind of like just a common thing now.
Well,
I remember
a lot of it I've seen was Jared Goff calling that shot.
Well, I remember used to. If you was in field goal range, 4th inches, you was kicking the field goal. Now, if you're 4th and 5 or under, 90% of the time, field goal range, you're going for it.
Yeah.
So,
which is crazy now because the kickers are kicking it a lot further too.
So I mean, it's not just him, but he seems and tends to do it a lot more than anybody else. And let me forget, in situations where he shouldn't, he tends to do it a lot more.
Yeah. Well, like I said, the Broncos got in that situation in the AFC Championship. Instead of taking their 3 points against the Patriots, they didn't convert it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And that really ultimately lost them the game.
It hurt.
Yeah. I mean,
say like that, it definitely hurt. But that's the thing though. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's hard because a lot of these coaches, they've done stuff in the last 4 or 5 seasons where you're like, they look good, but like I said, at the same time though, even back like I said with the players, there comes a point in time to where good ain't good enough.
Yeah,
you got to. I mean, prime example, Mike Tomlin. I mean, might as well say he's a great head coach. I'm just saying, like they never had a losing season. But I mean, look back on it now, he's not there. How really good of a great coach was it? I mean, yeah, you never had a losing season, but you never won one Super Bowl.
Yeah, and that was with a team that was already built.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, I mean, every year, people would say, "Oh, he's a great head coach. They never have a losing season," and that's nice. There've been a lot of teams killed and never have a losing season. But at the same time, though, if you do it year in and year out, and it's the same outcome every year, what's the difference in going 9-7 and getting kicked out of the first round as not even making the playoffs?
Yeah,
I mean, after so long, I mean, you're ultimately the same thing. If you're not taking a step, and I'm not going to say every year, you got to go from winning 3 games to winning the Super Bowl. That's not what I'm saying. But 3-4 years in a row, you go 10-7. Okay, something's got to change. I mean, you got to take the next step. I mean, you can't just keep going 10-7 and being satisfied with it.
No.
As an owner of a team, that's not. I mean, yeah, as fans, some fans are like, hey, we had a winning season. I'm happy. But as an owner, at some point in time, you're looking for more than just a winning season. You're looking, ultimately,
I don't think the Steelers are. I think they're just
that's what I'm saying. I mean, and that's the reason why I said 2 years ago, if you would ask people, Mike Tomlin, he's a great head coach. He's a good head coach. We never have a losing season with him. Okay, but I mean, if you never get any further than first round, second round of the playoffs, don't even put me in the playoffs. I'm gonna get beat first, second round. I mean, what's the point?
Yeah. So let's just go on and talk. Since we're talking about the playoffs, transition to our last segment, and that's teams that we think will miss the playoffs. And I have one that is a hot take for most people. Actually, I have 3 that's a hot take, but one that's really hot. And for the one person that keeps listening to our podcast since we put it out, I had them in the playoffs in our first or second episode. That's the Seahawks. When you really think about it, they've lost some key defensive players.
Oh, I told you.
They also lost. They have a defensive head coach, which is great for their defense. A young defensive head coach. He's doing great for their defense. They lost a wonderful offensive mind. And they lost Kenneth Walker. Now they're paying JSN all this money.
And they lost a great cornerback.
Yes. They lost they went to the Eagles.
Cornerback?
Yeah. Can't think of his name.
You ain't got me.
Anyway, whatever. I mean, they've lost some key players, and losing that offensive coordinator is going to hit them bigger than people think.
And you got me messed up now. I'm trying to think of that cornerback. I know I haven't seen him playing today.
Yeah. If we hadn't been talking about him, I'd have said his name 18 times.
Yeah.
Anyways,
Anyways, I'm gonna go. I'll sit here and puzzle myself to death. But yeah, that's like I said. Like we talked about in that second episode when we done this. I said it's hard not to put them in the playoffs just because they just won the Super Bowl. But if you go back and listen, I also said they're going to have it a lot rougher, and I wouldn't be just blown away if they didn't make the playoffs.
Yeah. Another team I have is the Ravens. I don't see them making the playoffs.
I could see it either way on. I don't remember what my take was on them, but it honestly, I think it fully falls on how if Lamar Jackson plays a full season.
Well, I don't even think it's on that. Their head coach has never called.
Oh yeah, I mean they're in for a season, but they're definitely in for one without Lamar Jackson. And I'm not even all that big on Lamar Jackson, but without him, they're definitely in for a long season.
Yeah. Another team I got is the Eagles. Well, like we said, they've got a head coach that's offensive coordinator dependent. Their offensive coordinator has never sniffed a playbook before. That's going to be very challenging. And then you just lost a star wide receiver, which honestly you wasn't throwing to him much anyway. But that's going to put all the pressure on Devontae Smith now.
I've got
what?
My seat's gonna catch on fire when I say this one. And I'm not gonna say they'll miss the playoffs, but I don't know if they have as good a year as people think. And we were just talking about them. That's the Bills. I think I could see the Bills going 10-7.
I don't see that. I don't see that at all. I think you're crazy really on that.
Well, let me do this real quick.
You gonna look at their schedule?
I wanna. Well, I heard somebody talking about it the other day, and I looked at it.
I tell you another team that I think they'll be fine. But really, if you tell me that the Broncos struggle and don't make it, they have a rough schedule. I mean, a rough schedule. I tell you another team, I don't think will have 6 wins all year, and that's the Vikings.
The Vikings, they're going to be in for a season too. I'll be honest.
Golly.
Okay, so where'd it go?
Well, come on, Junior.
It went on. Okay, so their first game of the season, Texans. That's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, that's gonna be
a good, depending on how Stroud plays.
Yeah, let's get that out.
I honestly don't know if I want to say that because they looked good last year just with the defense. Yeah, and they beefed up the defenses as well.
That's gonna be rough.
I could see that being a loss.
That one can go either way, depending on how Stroud plays.
Next game, the Lions, 4 days later.
Yeah. The Lions are kind of a toss-up.
Well, I do, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's a loss.
I'll give you that. That'll go either way.
And then the Chargers.
I think they win that one. I like the Chargers this year.
I'm going to go ahead and say Chargers beat them.
Yeah, I think they got that
Well, 3 games in,
at best.
most of your team should still be fairly healthy.
Oh yeah.
The Chargers looked good last year with no tackles.
Oh, and
they
now
went
they
and got Njoku.
And they got Mike McDaniel offensive
I'm
coordinator.
telling
That's
you.
going to be big. I don't know. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
The next one, the Patriots. Tell me, are you 100%?
No.
I mean, they got A.J. Brown now. They got receiver come from the Packers.
Romeo Dobbs.
What was the Patriots' weak spot last year?
Yeah.
What'd they do? Went to the Super Bowl. Now they got A.J. Brown.
Yeah, but listen, last year they
had an easy schedule last year. I'll go ahead and say it. But they still look good.
Oh yeah.
With no receivers. Now you got A.J. Brown, and I'm not saying Romeo Dobbs is great, but he's good.
Yeah.
He's an upgrade for anything they had last year.
Yeah.
Okay. And then you got the Rams.
That one.
Whew. Now the next,
I think that one's a loss.
Now the next one, you got the Raiders. They ought to win that game.
Yeah.
Then you got the Ravens. Should win that game. Vikings should win. Bills should win.
The Bills.
Jets,
the Bills can't play.
The Jets
That's an easy
should
win.
win. Dolphins should win. Kansas City.
I'll be honest with you. That was. I really had the Bills in favor, and I tell you why. The Bills always win in the regular season when they play each other. Always.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Bills probably should win. Patriots again.
I think they're going to split them games.
Then you got the Packers.
I think,
depending on how the Packers are playing.
Honestly,
well,
I think the Packers have a bad year.
But here's the thing, though. The Packers always play good at the end of the season. That's a December game.
Yeah, but
then you got the Bears.
The Bears are going to be a tough team.
Then you got the Broncos.
Like I said, I think.
Then you got the Dolphins and Jets again. So let's see here. Out of what we're 100% on, I'll give you the Chargers, Raiders, Ravens, Vikings, Jets, Dolphins, Chiefs,
Jets,
Dolphins. We're at 9 wins right now.
Yeah.
Packers 10, split with the Patriots, 11 wins.
I don't know. I still see them over.
I'm not saying they won't, but I wouldn't be blown away to see them go 10-7 next year though. They have a schedule.
Oh yeah, they have.
Like I said, whenever you actually sit down and look at it, they have a tough schedule next year.
Now, I'll be honest with you.
And who knows? They may blow some of them teams out.
If the Rams went undefeated this year, it would not surprise me. So I don't see them winning, especially with the defense the Rams have now.
Yeah, well, that's my thing. Like I'm not, like I said, I'm not.
The Bills don't have a good offense or a good defense, and the Rams have a spectacular offense.
I still see the Bills making the playoffs, but I just wouldn't be blown away if they don't, go 10-7.
I'd say that at 10-7, they could probably still win the
division.
The division, yeah.
Well, the reason why I said, like I said, I'm going to say, I know we were talking about missed the playoffs. I'm not going to say they missed the playoffs, but I think we had them doing a lot better than I think now. After like I said, after really looking at the schedule and seeing everything panned out now, like they've got a rough schedule. I mean, especially like I said, the Patriots. I mean, 2 times, which I could very well easily see them splitting. I don't think, honestly, if one team wins both games, I think the Patriots have more of a chance of winning both of them than the Bills do.
Probably. I will say, yeah.
I really think, like I said, I think they have a tough schedule.
They do. But I don't know.
But I still think they'll make the playoffs just because the Patriots have a really tough schedule.
Yeah.
And you got Dolphins and Jets. Neither one of them ain't going to be up there. So, like you said, that's why I was going to say the same thing. I could still say, even at going 10-7, I could still see them winning the division. But I don't think they're going to win no 13, 14 games like people think.
Probably. I think the Packers will miss the playoffs.
I could see them. Well, I was really thinking. I mean, they did lose some players, and then
Who knows what about Josh Jacobs?
well, and Parsons, he's not looking at coming back until was it late in the season, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it's like halfway through.
Like I said, I'm pretty sure it was.
November.
But I won't think I seen something like October, November. So I mean, you're a few games in, but so I could see I could see them missing, which I don't really know if I qualify them as being a big team just because, like I said, it's kind of the same thing year in and year out.
But they've made the playoffs consistently, and I just don't think they will.
Yeah, I could see them. I could see them not making it this year just because they lost Rashawn Gary. You don't have traded one of your defensive tackles last year.
Who knows?
Now you don't got Parsons. He's not going to be there to start the season. So I mean,
who knows what Jordan Love is going to get?
Yeah, that's the thing with him. Yeah. I don't really know. I'm trying to think. What other teams you got? You said you had 3 big ones.
I said the Ravens,
Eagles,
and the Seahawks.
Yeah.
I was gonna say some. It's kind of hard because you got to think also. Well, somebody has to win the division.
Yeah. That's the yeah.
And so, like the NFC South, I'm a Saints fan. Anybody's really got a chance to win that division.
Oh yeah.
So saying, well, the Bucs ain't gonna make it. That's not really saying nothing. Yeah. But somebody's gonna make it out of that division. So that takes up one spot. Then you got the Rams. They're winning their division. Unless something just wonky happens. They're winning their division. Then you got, I think the Bears are winning their division.
They should.
Then you got the NFC East. I really think the Cowboys are going to win that division. So it only leaves 3 spots.
Mm-hmm.
And
still got the Eagles, the Lions, the 49ers.
The Vikings ain't going to be good. The 49ers ain't going to be good. It's hard because you really got to.
And then you got the Panthers. They made it last year and give the Rams a run for their money.
But hey, the Saints are coming up, baby. We got Cam Jordan one more year.
The Saints.
A farewell tour for him because he needs to hang it up after this.
Well, yeah, and that's another thing, kind of that I wanted to talk about. That Thursday we're talking, like they wasn't going to re-sign him and everything. And
listen,
I'm not really even a Saints fan. I mean,
I love to see him come back, but at the same time, it comes to a point you just gotta let it go. That's kind of what we was talking about.
It does, but back to the same thing though. Like I said with Jeffrey Simmons, once his 5 years up, if you're still playing at an elite level, I mean, he's still doing good.
Yeah,
I think he could go out there and start for the Saints and be better than, probably whoever they were going to put in that spot.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's a good signing for the Saints. I mean, obviously you still need to be trying to look into the future, but I think it's a good signing for them. And one thing I love about it, and I would love to see this more, and I know this is not just something they do for fun. It's just like our job. If you can get more money, you're going to go somewhere else. But I love to see a player stick it out with one team.
It's been great seeing Cam Jordan there.
16 seasons.
Yeah.
Every one of them on the Saints. I love it. That's great. That's what I hope. I hope that for Derrick Henry. After everything he'd done for Tennessee and as good as he was, I was hoping and praying that he would retire a Titan. And now, honestly, I don't know even when he goes retire, if he'll even sign back with the Titans to retire.
Yeah.
Because he's had great seasons with the Ravens.
See, and that, Alvin Kamara. He's been great. But we're seeing the downward.
Oh, yeah.
slope of his
Yeah.
And he has said that he wants to be on the Saints. He wants
Yeah.
to finish on the Saints. Could I see the Saints saying, listen, we can get something out of him. Let's get rid of him.
Yeah.
But I do want to see him.
Oh, well, that's like I said. You know, I mean, it's just like their job. I mean, if you can get more money, or if you can get something, you know, out of somebody, 9 times out of 10, you're going to do it. And I get it, but I just love to see, you know.
Oh yeah, and
like to be honest with you,
I know the last two really you're ever going to see probably.
Well, I know that Tom Brady couldn't have went out a better way, winning as many Super Bowls as he did with the Patriots, and joining the Bucs, winning the Super Bowl. But for me, I think it would have looked a whole lot better if he would have finished his career with the Patriots. Never played for another team with the Patriots.
Kind of, but for Brady, it also, because everybody always said, was it Brady or is it Belichick? Brady proved it.
Oh yeah, well that's what I said. I mean, he couldn't have went out a better way. But I'm a big fan of, and that's one thing. Like I said about, and I'm gonna kind of go off track here, but back to college sports now in the NIL.
Oh,
you don't see you're never gonna see a team win anything, and you can look back and say, "Hey, I remember when he come out of high school and joined this team." Because now it's every year the top teams are going to pay top money to get the top players, and they're all going to join the team. Well, I mean, we seen it last year, and this ain't football, but basketball. And I think they said nary one of them players was on the team prior.
Oh yeah.
And I mean that's how it's going to be from here on out, because you can offer them all this money now. So you're going to have these teams go out and offer buttloads of money to the best players available. They're all going to join a team, win championship, and then part their ways. And I hate that. Like, I love seeing, like I said, I remember even back when Tennessee when they had Jarrell Casey, and I don't remember if he ended up just signing somewhere else, or if they end up trading him. I remember he went to the Broncos, but I hated that because I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but yeah. I loved Drew Casey. He was a great player for Tennessee. I was hoping he would. I honestly now I don't remember if I'm pretty sure they drafted him, but like I love to see like Cam Jordan, come back and retire a Saint. Like I would have hated it for him to go play one season somewhere and then retire.
Yeah, it would have been so.
Like
but I really hope that,
and that's the reason why I hope and pray that Jeffrey Simmons does the same thing. I hope they, if he don't just fully retire after this 5 years, I hope they give him another year or two until he's ready to call it quits, and then call it quits on Tennessee.
I really hope for Cam Jordan this is let's have a farewell tour. Let's enjoy his.
Oh yeah, it would be great to see him go out here and have 10, 12 sacks. I mean that's all you can ask for. I mean, you can't be unrealistic. Hey, we want you 18 sacks this year. I mean, if he goes out here and gives you in year 16, 10, 12 sacks, give him his flowers to send you home.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't. I mean, so, but I love it though. And like I said, and
we're probably not really gonna see it, other than obviously with quarterbacks, you'll see it. But like skill players, you're probably
not as much anymore, because, like I said, though, I mean, all these teams are ready to offer these players whatever they want, pretty much. You name your price, and we got it for you.
Yeah.
So, and I get it. Like I said, I mean, that's their job. Obviously, me and you, same boat. Somebody called us tomorrow and said, "Hey, you make 20 an hour, we'll pay you 50. I'm on my way." I mean, and that's just how it is. I mean, so that's just that's the thing of it. It's their job. I get it, but I love to see players retire on the team that they joined or that they was drafted by. I think that maybe that's just awesome.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, I love to see it to a point, but at the same time, we got that player from the Raiders. Can't even remember who it was now at this point. But they were saying, well, this is a tryout season for him. Well, now is it going to be? Because,
well, that's like I told you the other day. I still think it is, because even with bringing Cam Jordan back, your two starting edge rushers is probably going to be Chase Young and Cam Jordan. They're going to have breathers. Somebody might be injured. So I think that player, I can't even remember his name. I know who you're talking about, but
yeah,
I cannot remember his name. But I still feel like he's going to get his fair share of playing time this year to tell enough to rather hey, we can throw him in, he'll be okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, I still feel like that because you need rotational players. You need some depth. You can't just expect, and especially not Cam Jordan, year 16. You can't expect him to go out there and be 100%.
Yeah.
A full game, 17 games.
Oh.
So I mean,
Yeah.
I think it's. I think it's. I really I like.
Listen, what better way to end a podcast than talking about the Saints? I mean, one of the best teams in the league.
Here we go. Bring it. No, I do. I think the Saints like that. I really think the Saints. That whole division. I'm back in that whole division. Like
It's such a toss up.
it is because I mean the Panthers looked really well last year. The Saints, their last 5, 6, 7 games looked really good. The Bucks, I mean, the Bucks, they've been that top team in that division
The
for the
Falcons-
last few years. Now the Falcons, they're
Don't even
kind
get me
of
started on the Falcons.
no.
I hope the Falcons lose every game, and then I hope they lose their first round pick so they can't get a good quarterback.
Yeah, they're probably down. They're probably down and out. So, I mean, but I really think.
Hope it beat them by 30 both times.
But I do think the Saints could easily come out top of that
the
division.
Saints can win the division.
Oh yeah, they could. Between the Saints, the Bucks, and the Panthers, like I told you back whenever we done our things, if I had to put money right now, I'm going to bet against your Saints. I think the Panthers have the best odds, but I wouldn't be blown away if the Saints don't because the Saints, like I said, they looked good last year, and I think they had a pretty good offseason.
And we're at least winning one game in the playoffs.
Like I said, I'm not going to call you crazy because, like I said, I mean those 3 teams, I mean they all look good, and they all had a pretty solid offseason.
Don't even get me started. I don't know.
I'm so ready. I'm so ready for the season.
I am.
But especially me because, dude, I mean, we've got everything new. I mean, new head coach, new offensive coordinator. Well, pretty much the whole entire coaching staff is
I
new
can be on that
besides
coaching
one or
staff.
2. Yeah.
Hey, listen, it's a bald man's coaching staff.
3 more years probably.
Listen, you need just get rid of it. It's better for you.
But no, I'm telling you, like I'm super excited because, like I said, I mean, I seen some stuff last year I liked from Cam Moore. Like I said, other than 1 or 2 major coaches, the whole coaching staff pretty much new.
I'm ready for this whole
and
just
now
the whole season in general.
Went out and got Wan'Dale Robinson, kind of threw everybody off. Not me, but when drafting Tate at 4. I mean, I'm super stoked. I'm super stoked for this season. I can't wait.
I think it's gonna be a great season all around.
Oh yeah, I think it'll be a really good season. I'm excited to see. Like I'm just excited. I'm ready for it.
But I mean what better way to end a podcast? So, like I said, we've said this the last 4 episodes. We're just trying to have some fun with it, throw some stuff in there. Tell us what teams you think are going to miss playoffs. Tell us some players and coaches that y'all think are on the hot seat. Like we said last time, the season's coming up. We want to get some people together for maybe a Talk Your Blitz fantasy league. We would love to do that. We talked about something after. We're still 10 years old. Listen, we still love playing Madden. If there's some people out there, we love doing the franchise. If there's some people out there that listen to this and play Madden and want to do a franchise with us, that we would love to do that. We would love, like we said before, if there's anybody that wants to get on here and talk with us, we'll figure it out. We'll work it out. Make it happen. We want to have fun with this. We're inching closer to the season, but it seems like it's taking forever.
Oh well, it always does, especially this time of year. Because which, like I told you, I think it was last week before we were talking about this. I said, there's going to be some signs, probably some contracts.
I mean,
you're going to have that a couple times, but I mean, there's really not a lot going on because, like I said, it's hard to watch the OTAs and really give your thought on a player. I mean, they can look good, but like I said,
nobody's going 100%.
Nobody's going 100%. You're not out here trying to, kill the quarterback every place. Yeah. I mean, This time of year, it is.
We're really just.
It sucks this time of year to be just a football podcast, but I like that because I think we can.
Because when football season starts, we're going to have tons of content.
Oh, yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. I would love to have another podcast too where we can talk about every sport, but I love football.
Well, that's me, and I've gotten to where I watch a few more sports here a little.
Listen, I was watching USA beat Australia today. I loved it.
I'm not really watching soccer, but
listen, World Cup's here. I'm watching every football game you can watch. I'm watching everybody.
But I'll be honest with you, my biggest thing is finding time to get to watch anything other than the Titans, dude. And I have to make time, have time for it.
I know. And listen,
and then especially like I would love to get to watch more college football because I keep up with the big stuff in college. But man, they play on Saturdays, and that sucks because I'm constantly doing
telling me I work on Saturday.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, I'm constantly doing something on Saturday, so it's hard. Like I said, I keep up with the big stuff, and I try to watch the big games. But like as far as like just getting to sit down every time the football's on, I don't even get to do that. Not even with NFL. Honestly, like I try to watch every game. And another thing that helps with NFL is 90% of their games through the week is on the week
on Sunday.
Weekend. Well, no, 90% of their games that's through the week is like late games.
Yeah, you can.
And they really only have games. I mean, they've kind of started to space them out, different days of the week. But usually it's Sunday, where you got college. They'll start, 12 o'clock in the day on a Saturday and play all day. And I mean, I just can't. I can't afford to just sit in front of the TV on a Saturday. I don't have that time to do that.
For me,
but Sunday's not that bad because we usually,
Well, see, for me, it was hard this year because I work.
Well, yeah, working. Yeah,
this season I shouldn't be.
Well, that's a good thing. Like I said, for me on Sunday, we usually try to stay around the house, get all of our normal, house stuff
telling
done,
you right now,
and you'll get ready for the week. But now on Saturdays, we ain't at the house 9 out of 10 times. Now Sunday we usually are, so I can usually inch in a few games on Sunday.
We've kind of talked about this. We've got the new TV set up. Listen, my TV is staying on the 4 screens, so I can watch 4 games at a time. My wife's gonna hate me this football season.
She already. She asked me something. It's football related kind of. She asked me something about what I wanted for Father's Day. Well, one of course. They got me some Oakley glasses. I told her, I said, that's enough. I said, but if you want me to get something else, I got an idea, which I'm getting it anyway. Either way, this is just kind of like the icing on the cake. But I said, the new Madden's coming out. I'm buying it either way. Even if she said, no, I ain't buying it. I'm getting it.
We're getting that.
And then she asked me today, she said, you done bought that game? I said, well, it ain't come out yet, but I'm going to.
It's kind of a Father's Day gift to me.
Yeah. That's what I told her, though. I said, which, like I said, I didn't tell her that, but it don't matter. Even if she just said, nah, them glasses is enough, we still have a Madden when it comes out. But yeah,
I done told my wife, I said, listen.
And yeah, she done. When I said it, I hate Madden. I hate it to a T, but go ahead and get it. And in my head, I'm thinking, well, I'm sure glad you said that because you finna hate me because I'm getting it whether you want me to or not.
Listen, when I turn on Xbox and my TV pops up and starts playing the Madden thing, Carly's like, but listen.
Dude, she's even got the girls now. They'll do the same thing.
Oh,
it ain't on football all time.
See, now my wife, she's cool because my little girl loves sports.
No, I can
loves watching football. When she came in the house earlier and seen I was watching soccer, she was having the blast.
No, I can go to turn the TV on and my Laney, you gonna play the Xbox? Or if I get on there and I'm on Madden, you playing football all the time. So she's already got them giving me too.
And we're definitely got to go to some games this year.
I'll be honest.
We ain't going next year.
That's what I say. I'll be honest with you. If we plan on marking in Tennessee, it's gonna be this year because when that new stadium opens,
yeah.
That's probably this year probably be the closest I am to that stadium in a while. Because I'm sure those ticket prices are going to be wild.
Crazy.
Man, I'll tell you something.
Hey, but we're going to the Super Bowl in 2030.
I'm telling you right now, if Tennessee, I doubt it, but if they make it, I promise you, some way, somehow, I'm in that stadium somewhere.
Listen,
2030,
I don't care who's in that Super Bowl, but I'm going.
Well, that's something I was watching today. I scrolled through TikTok and the New York Knicks parade.
Oh.
Dude, I'm telling you, that'd be so freaking awesome. If I'm telling you right now, you may say, well, you baby. Dude, if Tennessee wins the Super Bowl, I'm probably crying. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I'm telling you. Listen, I'm probably crying.
I'm not that like if the Saints won, I would cheer.
No, I'm probably crying a little.
Nah,
dude, I ain't gonna lie.
If Kentucky basketball won another NCAA championship, then I would cry.
I'm telling you right now, dude. I don't even really like NBA. Definitely don't really even like the Knicks. But I was watching their parade today, and I think of her name, the singer, the one that sings it's got the New York in it. I know you know who I'm talking about. I cannot. I know you've heard the song. Anyways, I can't even remember her name. But she sung that song and they were up there all on the float cheering. Dude, I'm telling you, I was getting like goosebumps and I don't even like NBA. I'm like, dude, that'd be like because they were standing people in the crowd, they were showing the crowd and them on the dude, I promise you, right now, you can mark
you cried if the Titans even made the Super Bowl.
Nah, I probably got to make Super Bowl. I'm telling you, if they won the Super Bowl, I'd probably shed a tear too. I'm straight up honest with you. But for sure, I'm telling you this for sure. If they was to win the Super Bowl, I promise you, I'm going to that parade.
Oh yeah,
I don't care. I don't even care. Even if I ain't got no vacation time, I'm taking points. I'm going. I promise you. Yeah. I'm summered at that. Dude, because one, it'll probably never happen in my lifetime, but two, if it did, it'd probably be the only time it ever did. So I promise you, if they ever win the Super Bowl, bet your life savings that I'm at the parade. Because I just saved
I'm going to. I'm telling you.
I promise you I'm at. Yeah. And if they ever made the Super Bowl, I don't know what I'd have to do.
I'm telling you, 2030, I'm going. You think I'm crazy? You think I'm retarded? I'm going.
Tennessee's got to be in it for me. Listen, have you looked at the prices for last year's Super Bowl and the nosebleeds?
2030, the Saints are going to be in it.
If Titans are in it, yeah.
If the Saints are in it, you best believe I'm going.
Oh, if Tennessee's in it, I promise you. If I'm not there, it wasn't because I didn't try. But have you? All jokes aside, have you looked at the ticket prices for last year?
Crazy.
Like $4,000 for a nosebleed seat.
Insane.
But I'm telling you, I done told her. I said, listen, 2030, I got about 3 or 4 years to save up. I said,
we're not going on another vacation.
No. I don't care. We can do vacation, whatever. I just told her, I said, come tax time, go ahead and dock about $1,000 from each tax time. I'm putting that up so I got my money to buy my ticket. I would love it. Honestly, even if Titans ain't in it, it would still be awesome to just go to the Super Bowl because I like it, which I've never been to a game that ain't had Tennessee in it. But just going to the games in general is fun. So a Super Bowl, I don't know honestly. Because I'm telling you, like I watched last year, like I was watching TikToks of people at the Super Bowl. I'm definitely eating before I go. Because I seen one dude walk around with a hamburger cost $108. And I'm like, dear Lord. So I might want to, I'll take it back. I may want to start putting $1,500 at each tax time so I can buy me something to eat while I'm down there. But no, all jokes aside. If I can, I would love to go. But now if Tennessee's in it, dude, I'm telling you.
Hey, if Tennessee's in it, I'd want to go.
If Tennessee's in it, I'm doing everything I can.
Oh.
You beat be on the lookout for the feet pics because I'm doing what I can to get me a Super Bowl ticket.
Listen, I ain't subscribing.
Just share it. Just get it out there. Maybe someone. No. For real, that dude, honestly, that would be a once in a like I said, I don't even really care for the NBA. And I was sitting there today watching that, and I'm like, dude, this is awesome. Like just seeing them up there, and then seeing seeing the fans. Like, I mean, it's been what 53 years for them.
Oh yeah,
like 53, 55. Dude, I mean, I'm 28, which I mean, I obviously wasn't watching it when I come out, but like I said, more than likely, probably never happened in my lifetime. But if I had the chance to do it,
hey, I got to see
awesome.
the Saints win a Super Bowl in my life. I got to see it.
Yeah.
Once.
I think I was.
Oh, that's when I first. That's when I first started.
I'm trying to think. Tennessee went in '99. Pretty sure it was '99. They lost by a yard or half a yard to the Rams. Yep. I think I was 2. I was born in '97, so I was 2. I don't even remember it, but yeah.
See, that's what. Listen, I started out high because when I first started watching, when I first fell in love with football, Reggie Bush was the man in college. He gets drafted by the Saints, so that's my favorite team. Then it was like, what, 2 years later, they won a Super Bowl, and I'm like, heck yeah, this is great. And then,
see, I'm kind of
the rest of my life.
I've always been a Saints, and it's been up and down for me. Other than the last 2 to 3 years, it kind of started getting better for me because they sucked the first few years I watched, and back when they got Ryan Tannehill, they actually started doing pretty good. So I was like, this is nice. And now they're back on the downhill slope. But I'm hoping though. I'm hoping this year starts that uphill climbing. But yeah, all jokes aside, there did be. I mean, I'd be devastated if they made the Super Bowl and lost it. But even still, though,
if the Saints made the Super Bowl and lost, I would cry.
Oh yeah, well, I would get home the next day and $5,000 they lost. Oh, I'm stupid. Yeah, I mean it definitely. I'd probably go in like hibernation for a few days, maybe a week or something. But even to get to experience it would be it honestly probably like a once in a lifetime.
Oh yeah. We rambled on, but we're having fun over here talking about probably stuff that will never get to happen, but it would be crazy. But
can you imagine? Hold on a second before we end this. 2030 Tennessee and Saints.
Oh, dude, I'm telling you right.
I'm selling the house.
Yes. I'm gonna be homeless to go to that game.
That'd be awesome.
Listen, I'm telling you right now.
We're taking feet pics side by side.
We can
2 for 1.
We can intertwine our toes.
I don't know about all that.
We'll pull a Brave One Rossini with our toes. I'm telling you right now, I do whatever.
Dude, that'd be awesome. That would be awesome.
Golly.
That would be awesome.
I'm telling you, that would be amazing. Until if the Saints lost, you better duck. I'm telling you right now. And if I drive, you're walking home. All I can tell you.
That would be awesome, dude.
Oh, but
that's too far.
Oh, that would be amazing.
That would be cool.
Like I said, we've been rambling on here, just having a little fun. We really appreciate everybody that's been tuning in, and everybody that's everybody that's liked the stuff we've been putting on Facebook this week. I think I forgot to put them on TikTok. I can't even keep up with everything right now.
I know you put them on Facebook.
Yeah, but
I hadn't seen.
I will put them on TikTok if I haven't. Keep sharing, liking, subscribe to our stuff. We really appreciate it. Like I said, comment, tell us what you want us to talk about. Comment about stuff that we've talked about. Tell us who you think is on the hot seat, whose teams that you don't think will make it. How do you feel about the Soresby situation in the supplemental draft? Like I said, I don't like it at all. We're just asking to be interactive with us. Like we said, if we can get some people to start a fantasy league, we would love to do that. We love fantasy football. If we can start a Madden league, a franchise, we would love to do that. We play Madden a lot, probably too much for two grown men, but we love it. Like I said in the last several episodes, if there's anybody out there that's listening that wants to be on the podcast, we will make it work. We will find a way to get on here and talk football with y'all. Just like I said, help us keep it fun for y'all. Help us keep it entertaining. Help us keep it fun for us. Because right now, like I said, we're struggling trying to find stuff to talk about. It's really a hard time right now.
It is.
It's
and then honestly, it's going to get harder before it gets better.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I mean, really, truthfully.
Listen, in the next
because probably within the
3
next
weeks
week or two,
God.
all the big name players that's wanting contract, they're probably going to get them, and
Yeah.
then you're going to be down to the nitty gritty.
Yeah, it's about to get rough on us. So, give us some topics to talk about. We're trying to figure some stuff out. We've been, like I said, we're posting more on everything. Go like it, share it for us, get us out there. We really appreciate it, and I believe that's going to be the end of this episode. So, like I said, we appreciate it. We'll see y'all next time.